Rabbit
4, 3, 2. I mean, live.
Oh, hey, welcome to Dumb Investing. I'm Lloyd.
I'm Harry.
Oh, that guy's Harry. And it's about to get dumb up in here. All right. So, question from yesterday. Webull. Click the link. Put $100 in. 2 free stocks. You're an investor. That's what we use when you see us review our portfolio here in just a minute. It's the Webull software platform. And it works on the PC and it works on the old mobile thingy. It's kind of cool too. So that's what we use. One of our loyal viewers was asking which one we used. So that's what we do. Rest of you, howdy. We're going to have a good night tonight. We'll try to get done in a half hour and try not to fill you too full of BS. We got some fun stuff to talk about. We're going to go into when should we start selling so we can start doing the daily show again. What's the daily show, you ask? Well, the daily show is what we built about 2 months ago. We would show up here. We'd say hi to y'all, and we would go out to a random dice roller, and we'd roll a random dice. And with that random dice, we'd go pick 3 random stocks for the night, and we would, does TB. I don't know what that means. Oh, all right. I love it. This is awesome. All right. So we used to roll random dice, pick random stocks. We'd do some homework. We'd pick one stock at the night. We'd go buy it the next day, and then we'd review our portfolio every day. And I don't know if Webull, B-U-L-L, app works for UK stocks. I've never tried that.
I don't know either.
But I have no idea.
We will investigate.
I don't know what UK stocks. I mean, I'd have to find out what a UK stock is.
Well, if they're in the UK, I think is what they may be referring to. So like it doesn't. Well, like it doesn't work in Canada, it may not work in the UK either. So we will investigate. We will endeavor, and we will get back to you.
Okay. I think I read something where it was only US and Hong Kong, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll get into that. So we used to buy these random stocks. We built this awesome portfolio up, and life was great. And the plan was we thought that we would pick some stocks, and we'd get to see some of them really grow, and we'd start flipping stocks and keep the show going, and life was going to be great. The market has gone totally south on us. We don't have a lot of stocks to flip, but we may have some. We have to start talking. We'd really love some input from you viewers. We're trying to put together a do you sell your losers and hope that you then go pick some more winners? Do you sell your winners and hope that your losers become winners and hope that you pick better winners next time, stuff like that. So we need to have some talks like that because big news, MGM, one of our holdings, you'll see it in our portfolio. Every now and then it's either on the top or the bottom. We've talked about it a couple of times, but we do hold some MGM. They are in talks right now with, supposedly, perhaps they might be. This was from an insider whose name didn't want to be used because they were an inside person. There's no official talks, but it sounds like Amazon's trying to buy MGM because Amazon needs more content, and MGM's got James Bond and some cool stuff like that. So they're thinking, hey, we could buy them and get some content. And oh yeah, there's casinos and other stuff too. So is it time to sell MGM? We don't know. We're going to take a look at that. We had a couple others that were doing pretty good, and we're thinking maybe some of these high flyers, we might have reaped the rewards and time to bail out of them. That'll give us some cash. We can start doing the daily show again maybe next week, get some cash on these things this week. So that's what we're thinking. So we skipped through all the fun stuff that we would normally do on our daily show. Here's the portfolio review, which we used to do at the end. So about half and half. I hate seeing half and half.
Yeah, half and half, yeah. So the industrials bull was down today. So generally a kind of an interesting feel in the market over the past week, I'd say, in terms of industrials, inflation, commodities. Everything is I kind of want to use the word tapering down a little bit or tempering down a little bit.
I don't think the suits have a clue. I think they are rotating daily in and out of different sectors because they don't have a clue what's going to happen, what's going to take off. And I think they're kind of following each other. And I think some of them are doing that fake jog and then going to the right. And I think it's just crazy.
Yeah, you could be 100% spot on there. But yeah, it's interesting. So anyways, the industrial bull and CSW is down a bit today. So we are down quite a bit. I can't even read our position, but it's way up there, and the stock's way down.
Yeah.
Cotton was positive today, and so was Socket Mobile. So look at Socket go. Vroom, vroom. To the moon.
But it's way down from where we bought it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's some good to know stuff. So back to the portfolio. Oh, so we made $47 today?
This is our cumulative. So over the last 5 days, we have made $47.45.
So nothing from yesterday to today.
Yeah, that's basically where it was yesterday. Right?
Yeah, we basically broke
Something
even.
like that.
Okay.
But something I was playing around with, and I don't know if you can see it down here or not. Down here
I cannot.
In our positions, we can see how many stocks we have of each item and where we're at in terms of unrealized profit and losses. So this column here is unrealized profit and losses. So we can sort by our biggest losers, which happen to be, our friends at BurgerFi and Socket Mobile. And then our biggest winners are KeyCorp and Gates Industrial, actually.
So how much are those guys up percentage-wise? Is that what it's showing us?
So this is dollars right here in P&L, and then there's a percentage right beside it. So Gates Industrial is up 10.5%, and KeyCorp is up 12.06%.
Sort by that column. Can you do that?
Well, hold on. I can, yes.
So what's our highest ones?
So highest percent is KeyCorp.
At 10%?
12.06%.
Okay. And what's the next one?
Gates Industrial is 10.52%.
So when I was kind of thinking this through, I was thinking if we hit like a 12.5%, that would be a good place for us to kind of bail and start looking for something else. So given that parameter, we only have one, right? KeyCorp.
It's only at 12%, actually.
That's what I meant to say.
Right.
So banking.
You're just anxious to sell.
Dude, I love the Daily Show. The Daily Show used to be so much fun. So what do you think? Do you sell the winners and wait for the losers to become winners and never lose money, or do you cut and run?
No, we can only cut and run if we're absolutely positive that there's going to be no growth and it's only going to go down. Like, I think there's still potential for BurgerFi to recover.
Absolutely. High conviction.
I don't know if I would use that word, but
well, you haven't had one yet. If you had one, you'd have some high conviction.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Socket Mobile, I know less, but I think that's probably, we should probably get to the point here when we're looking at these that we should maybe do another mini dive into what's been going on since we bought them.
Okay.
So we can check out the news, we could check out their financials, and then we can kind of do a bit of another analysis on them to determine, is now the time to sell, or do we just hold? Do we diamond hand or do we paper hand? And for those of you who don't know, diamond hands,
paper hands.
Diamond hands are holding. That means you hold the stock for a long time, waiting for greener days. Paper hands are when you're doing day trading and you just sell. So
I'm all about paper hands. Paper hands and everything.
Paper hands some profits and get us some tendies. All right.
Amen, brother. That's how. So, what are your thoughts? Are your thoughts sell the winners?
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to lock in losses.
Yeah, I don't like to do that either.
Unless there's something here like, when we're going through a little bit of an analysis, if there's something that we're like, yeah, absolutely not. Is this thing, it's going to go to zero. Unless it's going to go to zero, I think we just hold.
Okay.
So I am fine with selling winners at 12%.
Okay. So that's something we may look into as time goes forward. If banks take off tomorrow, maybe at lunch I'll start checking the Webull. I haven't been, since we haven't been doing the daily show, I haven't even been looking at it. So maybe we'll do that at lunch, and if we see a couple that we like, maybe we'll dump a few, and we can do the daily show like one day a week or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So other news, Fidelity is coming out with a program right now where if you are 13 years old, you can sign up for a brokerage account. You can start trading stocks in the junior high.
Hey, can hardly wait for 13-year-olds
being
$1 million over leveraged.
Oh, yeah.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I'll just open up a Robinhood account. Speaking of which, their IPO's coming pretty soon too, Robinhood. But yeah, open up a Robinhood account. Like there was a story about a guy who opened up a Robinhood account and on a very unfortunate story, he ended up committing suicide because he was over leveraged. He was $700,000 in debt, and just because he didn't know what he was doing, right? And then he got called, and they're like, "We need our money," and he's like, "I don't got any money," and he didn't think, unfortunately, there was any way out of it. So, pretty unfortunate situation there. But we got to make sure that all of these accounts that Fidelity comes out with, they got to make sure that they're. I surely hope they don't allow them any margin.
you would think.
Almighty, yeah.
I know. It'd be awesome.
Please not. Just please only let them invest cash. And maybe only let them invest in like mutual funds or something. That would be better.
Yeah. But you know what they're not. They're going to let him go hog wild, dude. They're going to say, "Hey, go get your dad's credit card. What's his limit? Now you can spend."
And then there's going to be a bunch of $1 million 13-year-olds.
Could be.
And there's going to be a bunch of the opposite of $1 million 13-year-olds.
Yeah, could be crazy. I thought that was kind of...
As we know with the stock market, for every buyer, there must be a seller. So it all must balance out in the end, right?
And something else that I read that 80% of individual players, so guys like you and I and our viewers,
so the retail guys,
JLo Slaw 4, 80% of them never make money in the market. Take that. Really? Wow. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I think it's just because we're too emotionally tied to that, right? We're too... We watch it every day.
That's what it is. It's people have high conviction. Like you said, right? Oh, I love my Apple. I'm going to stay in Apple. They're not necessarily investing in something because it makes sense. They're investing in something because it feels good. And that's fine. I eat a burger because it feels good. I shouldn't. I should have a kale salad. That would be logical. But heck with that. I'm going to have a burger, right?
I got to say, the times when I lose the most money is when I'm doing the most trading. When I go and I buy and I sit and I wait, that's when I make money.
Well, so when you look at the market on an average for, let's say, 5 years at a time, generally you pick any 5 years, it's going to go up.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah, so maybe sit and hold. Maybe we should all just be buying ETFs. Well,
you can have, ideally you're buying a stock that you have higher conviction in that's going to have more growth than your standard ETF, but you could buy an ARK K that's invested in, technology.
Yeah.
That's an ETF. That's a pretty high risk ETF. As a matter of fact, I know one buyer that owns it that is probably down about 30% since I bought ARK K.
Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. All right,
but
so real estate front.
Right? So
it does. What's going on
it'll come back.
The ticker household on real estate?
The ticker household in real estate today. Actually, the boys are here right now. They're finishing final sanding. They're cleaning up today, and then we are getting primed tomorrow. Paint's coming tomorrow. Well,
and they're sanding your flat walls that have been mudded several times and floated.
Yes.
And I still don't understand them flat walls. It seems like so much work.
It is a lot of work. I mean, the guys have been working their butts off, right? And it's every day they come, and they come for a couple hours and they do a coat and then they go and then they come back the next day, wait, because they're waiting for it to dry, right? They can't do anything. So they go off to another house, they do another coat at that person's house. They come back tomorrow, they sand off a little bit, they put another coat on, and then they leave, and then they come back. And I mean, it's been like,
but think about your ceiling. What'd they do on your ceiling? Zoom, zoom, zoom. A little bit of mud. All right, texture that thing. Right, you're done.
It still has to be pretty good. You can't just have a whole bunch.
No, it has to be pretty good. Oh yeah, I didn't take any pictures. I was going to take pictures of that so you could see what happens.
I took some pictures last night. I don't have a way to show it, I don't think, right now. But I took some pictures last night of the texturing. It looks really cool. I like it. It's all knocked down and fancy looking. So,
well, I'll give a pool update as soon as these storms are over. Because basically what it is nothing has happened except the pool got deeper with sludge water and the ducks love it. And because they've been using, every subcontractor that's shown up has been using the pool as the trash, right? I don't even know why. Yeah, and so I'm not going to clean that shit up, right? I told my pool guy, what is this? So now it's all floating in there and it's like churning around. It's so disgusting. It's just awesome.
Awesome. But
we're supposed to get, 5 more inches of rain in the next couple of days. So I'm going to wait and let her really fill up with sludge, and then you guys can see this mess that I've got going on.
That's going to be perfect.
Oh, I think it's turning into the pit. And I don't know if that cement was supposed to be sealed or if it's soaking all this water up right now. And that's a bad thing, and they'll never be able to plaster. I don't know. I don't know how to build a pool. One of those things I probably should have learned, right? But I don't know. So, yeah.
That's not your profession.
How about the rental?
Professionals for that.
Anything going on with the rental?
No. Well, yes. One thing to be aware of when you're buying houses, check your mortgage documents to ensure that your bank or whomever your mortgage broker is puts the right address on the paperwork.
No way. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. So not that it was necessarily the wrong address, but it was just misspelled. So
that's awesome.
We contacted them and they are adjusting it and sending it through. So
the second house that I bought was one of those contingency deals, right? I was selling my first house, moving in my second house, and moving money. So we had worked with the mortgage broker, right? He had done, the preliminary, hey, it's going to cost you whatever $1,000 a month. Okay, cool. You do all that math and stuff. And you need this much down. Okay, cool. I've got this much from the sale. Did all the math, had it all worked out on a spreadsheet because that's what I love. We go to closing and we closed on our first house. So first house one was sold, right? You go out to the waiting room and then like an hour later, we come in and we're buying house number 2. And we're going through house number 2. And you know how they do it. They give you a stack of 100 pages. Sign this, initial here, sign that, initial here. Right. And I'm signing and initialing what they're telling me to. And I'm not really reading this stuff because, I'm young and stupid, right? We get to the end and the lady says, okay, I need a check for like $132,000. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, it was supposed to be like $52,000 or something, right? And she's like, no, I need 100 and some. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no freaking way. So I grab that stack of papers and I leave and I go out to the waiting room and I start going through every single paper. They had put the proceeds from house 1 onto the purchase side of house 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, and I had already signed it, right? And I'm like, what have I done? So I had to go back in there and I'm like, this is not right. And you talked about having good people on your team. My realtor said, it's the title company. It has to be right. Just sign it. What are you talking crazy? I'm like, there's $72,000 in the wrong place, right? It was insane. It was just crazy.
What were they trying to do? Just give you like more free capital on the house? Like there must have been a game plan for it, like to be able to mortgage against that or refinance it or how?
Dude, I don't know. All I know is I had counted that as being taking off of the price and instead it was adding to the price somehow. And it was under this, weird proceeds from real whatever. Nobody even caught it. That at the bottom, it was like my loan was $75,000 more than it was supposed to be or whatever. I mean, it was just like, oh, it was nuts.
So what'd you do? Just cross out everything, rip up all the paperwork, and say redo it?
Yeah, I said this isn't gonna fly. This is wrong. And then, of course, the title lady, she looks through it. She's just like, oh, I can't believe we did that. My realtor, just sign it. Get out of here. I need my commission.
Right.
Good God, it was insane.
Wow.
So
that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. My wife is laughing. She is wondering what I am doing in here right now.
Well, she knows what you're talking about, I'm sure.
She probably does, yeah. She doesn't. She's like, that doesn't sound like you guys are talking about stocks,
Doesn't she know the show has transitioned into all types of things? Hey, guess what? This show is also going to transform into tech reviews.
Oh, no. All right. So let's see. My rental,
We're doing it all.
My realtor, who we talk about building a great team, has gone AOL. I can't get hold of her right now.
Oh, no.
I'm having a hard time getting into that one house to look at it, but I really like it. I drove by it. I could live there, so I have no problem making it a rental.
Right.
It's kind of cool. It's at the end of the subdivision right now. There's nothing going on around it. Streets are clear. I like it. So that's where we're at. I got to get into it. Like to make an offer. It's probably going to be sold tomorrow, so I'll have to just keep looking. But it is what it is. No rush. Things will happen when they happen.
Yeah.
Tech reviews, huh? I got my phone is a 5 SE. I bought it 15 years ago, and I love it.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll just have Harry's tech reviews then.
I will learn from you. I tend to be, I love my stereo system, so I'm kind of, that kind of techie stuff I can do. I used to do car stereo, like back in the day, went to the World Finals and all that, right? It was kind of cool. So I know how to wire up that kind of stuff and like my home stereo. I love it. I do a lot of research on that, figured out exactly the right tubes to buy. And then I tried like a bunch of different tubes to see if I could like that sound, if I could actually hear a difference. So I got tube amplifier and electrostatic speakers, all that kind of stuff. Tech, that kind of tech I get. This stuff, never in a million years.
See, and that's what would make the perfect team, because what you're talking about, I have no clue. No clue. Well, I know I had an amp, or I had what would you call them when you have a car that rattles from the subwoofers? But anyways, I had one of those that had two 10-inch or 12-inch subs in it, and didn't run a heavy duty enough gauge of wire.
Yeah.
So I just ended up frying fuses. It was really cool. Just melted them. Didn't trip them. Just melted them constantly. It was great. Eventually got to the point where they melted so bad that it just kept playing, kept working.
That's good. Yeah, that's how you want it. So I did that high end stuff when I was in college, and I was selling high end stereos. And I'll tell you what, that job changed my life. Selling high end stereos, got to meet some ultra rich people, because we're talking the high end stereos we sold. This was back in the early 2000s, and we sold brands like Krell and Ariel and stuff like that, right? So Krell amplifiers, like if you needed to.
I only know Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine. I mean, Alpine's car stuff, it's cool. But the Krell stuff, like Krell monoblocks, if you really want a cool Krell monoblocks, they're like $12,000 a piece. Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Sonos, that's all I know. That's new tech.
Ariel 10Ts were like $14,000. And I mean, it was like when high end was really taking off and people were adopting. So yeah, a lot of rich people would buy high end thinking it was going to make them happy. They thought the bigger the check was, the happier they'd be. So like you'd sell a partner in a large law firm, right? And you'd tell them, hey, have a housewarming party so all your friends can come and see your system, right? So you'd go and you'd show off the system to all his friends, and then you'd sell like 3 systems to his buddies, right? And there was always that one guy who was like, well, Bob looks real happy and he spent $100,000. If I spend $150, I'm going to be so much happier than Bob, right?
Way happier.
Like, absolutely. Here's the cool stuff right over in this room.
Yeah, Bob got this stuff. You really want that stuff over in that room.
I would hear stuff like this, right? So being the salesman, you always want them emotional connection, right? Let's play some of your music. And this is a dude who's going to drop 150. He's like, I'll just go ahead and play whatever's on the radio. I'm like, dude, we don't have a radio in this room.
You what?
Let me go find some discs. I'll be right back. You're a boomer. I'm going to get you some Eagles. Yeah.
Oh,
Hotel
man,
California Live. Woo! I could sell stuff all day long with Hotel California Live, dude.
Totally.
When that bass drum would come in, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. People would just, it was awesome. Yeah.
Yes, you are talking to a world I know nothing about. I know this.
I know. I got to get you down here to the homestead one day and let you chill.
I was there.
A little bit. I know, but you need to come and just chill in the room and have some fun. Listen to music.
Not the new one. I was in the old one.
Yeah. New one's different. The room got smaller, which kind of sucks, but I was able to make some changes and stuff, and it sounds really good. This new room images better for some reason. The bass was a lot harder to control in the small room. Golly. The big room, it was so easy. In the small room, it was a nightmare. But yeah, it's all good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, again, we had nothing to talk about tonight, but we have reached our 26th
We're out of time.
minute. And I think, we are out of time. So, anything else that we need to touch on real quick?
So down below is a link for Webull. It's the platform we use. Click the link, put $100 in it. You're going to get 2 free stocks. Could be up to $1,800, whatever. They're giving away Microsoft, I think, right now is one of their free ones. Facebook is one of their free ones. So, yeah, enjoy that. I mean, get free stock. If you're going to go trading anyways, might as well get free stock and have some fun. Markets suck right now. There's a lot of woohoo going on. If you're an investor, don't freak. Don't sell, especially don't sell at a loss.
Good time to buy.
Yeah, let's see what happens in the fall. There's a lot of turmoil. There's been a lot of free money put in the market. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. So just let it settle down. Maybe buy the dip. Maybe sell a peak or two. Have some fun. But don't stress. Don't let it get to you. Don't look at it every single day. Don't look at it every hour like some idiots do and talk and go, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
It's red. It's green. It's red. It's green. It's red. It's green. It's an emotional roller coaster for Mr. Picker over there.
It's all good.
It's quite the ride. Don't forget to smash the like button. Please subscribe. Hit the bell if you want the alerts to be able. I see we've got one live viewer, so hello. And
that is totally awesome.
Yeah, totally awesome.
And tell all your friends.
Tell your friends. We need some more subs. And I hear that's YouTube for subscribers.
Oh, you're all talking that cool lingo now. Look at you.
I'm trying. I'm all up with the new tech stuff, right? So I gotta learn.
Well, Jay's Law 4, we'll do some homework for you and see what we can find for UK trading.
Yeah, let us see what we can do.
And man, thanks for sticking around for 28 minutes. Holy cow, that's awesome. Thumbs up.
Yeah, we'll let you get to the rest of your day. Have a great day or night, everyone.
All right, see y'all. Thanks for joining.
Bye-bye.